2025 was absolutely wild for me as an indie developer. I shipped 4 complete projects across 3 different platforms. And honestly, I'm still processing how much I learned. Let me walk you through the journey. It started in June with Daily Rosary, a Catholic prayer companion app. I built it with Rails 8 and Hotwire native, deploying the same codebase to both iOS and Android. The app has rosary prayers, Divine Mercy Chaplet, St. Jude Novena, and prayers to various saints. What made it special was integrating OpenAI's text-to-speech for audio in English and Filipino. It has dark mode, smart prayer reminders, and a liturgical calendar that knows which mystery to pray based on the day. Seeing it live on both app stores was surreal. Check it out at dailyrosary.app. Then came Mystic Archipelago. I started building it as a browser-based text RPG, but after a few weeks realized the browser wasn't the right fit. I needed better tooling for RPG mechanics. That's when I discovered RPG Maker MZ, Total Pivot, and it was the right call. I rebuilt it as an idle RPG where your party auto-battles through dungeons, 20 unique enemies, boss battles, intelligent AI, deep progression systems. The big milestone? Getting it on Steam. You can find it there if you search Mystic Archipelago. But the real learning experience was Beacon Rest. I originally wanted to make a 2D game in Godot, something like Stardew Valley or Graveyard Keeper. I spent weeks on it, but I kept hitting walls. The complexity was overwhelming, so I made a bold pivot. Forget 2D graphics, make it text-based instead. I switched to Swift and SwiftUI for a native iOS app, inspired by a darkroom. And suddenly, everything clicked. The game became about being a lighthouse keeper on a remote island. You manage resources, time, and seasons across daily cycles. I integrated AdMob, but kept it ethical. Maximum 3 ads per day, completely optional. There's an achievement system, and the whole thing is backed by a Rails API. This taught me that sometimes you have to let go of your original vision to actually finish something. Now I'm working on Forgotten Depths, and it's like everything I learned came together. It's a text-based dungeon crawler, but this time, I went back to the browser. Vanilla JavaScript, Node and Express, no frameworks, just pure code. And it's probably the most sophisticated game I've built. You manage light and decay mechanics with 5 different light states that progressively decay in real time. The combat is turn-based with status effects like poison, burn, freeze, and curse. 50+ unique enemies across 10 biomes spanning 100 floors. There's a companion system with full equipment management, over 30 weapons and armor pieces. Building and upgrade systems with 10 different building types, each with multiple levels that automate resource gathering. Offline progression is built in, so your resources keep accumulating. Everything saves to local storage, and the whole thing is playable right now in a browser. Looking back at 2025, I shipped 4 complete projects. A hybrid mobile app with Hotwire native, an RPG on Steam built with RPG Maker, a native iOS game in Swift, and a browser game with vanilla JavaScript. 3 completely different platforms, 3 different approaches to game design, and every single one taught me something crucial. The biggest lesson? Pivot when you need to. Mystic Archipelago wouldn't exist if I'd stubbornly stuck with the browser version. Beacon Rest would still be half-finished in Godot if I hadn't switched to Swift. But here's the other side of that coin. Finish what you start. It's easy to jump between shiny new ideas. I could have abandoned any of these projects when they got hard. But pushing through is how you actually learn. And maybe the most surprising lesson, simple can be sophisticated. Forgotten Depths has no framework, no fancy build tools, just vanilla JavaScript. But it has deeper systems than games I've seen built with massive frameworks. Sometimes constraints force you to write better code. So what's next for 2026? Honestly, I'm not sure yet. But I know it'll involve building, shipping, and learning. That's what this journey is about. Thanks for following along. Here's to another year of making things.